Hi everybody, my name is Isili Joanna Vergara. In this video, I'm going to talk about my fairy tale James Seymour and the Loyal Horse. Once upon a time, there was an intelligent girl called James Seymour. She was on the way to see her friend of childhood, Kenny Smilson, when she decided to take a shortcut through Bengal Forest. It wasn't long before James got lost. She looked around, but all she could see were trees. Nervously, she fell into her bag for her favorite toy, a wooden knight. But a wooden knight was nowhere to be found. James began to panic. Unexpectedly, she saw a loyal horse dressed in blue-colored fur, shoes disappeared into the trees. How that? Thought James. For the want of anything better to do, she decided to follow the peculiarly dressed horse. Perhaps it could turn him the way out of the forest. Eventually, James reached a clearing. In the clearing were two houses, one made from cucumbers and one made from chips. James could feel her tummy rumbling. Looking at the houses did nothing to ease her hunger. "Hello," she called. "Is anybody there?" Nobody replied. "I can roll through the air for time, James." A witch jumped into the space in front of the houses. She was carrying in a cage. In that cage was a wooden knight. "A wooden knight!" sobbed James. She turned the witch. "That's my toy!" The witch just shrugged. "Give it a wooden knight back!" cried James. "Not a Johnelli," said the witch. "Good morning," the horse nothing a wooden knight. "Who is this?" "That's a wooden knight," explained the witch. "Oh, a wooden knight would look lovely in my house. Give it to me," demanded the horse. The witch shook her head. "A wooden knight is staying with me." "Excuse me," James interrupted. "A wooden knight lives with me and not in a cage." Big Horse ignored her. Is there nothing in your tray?" he asked the witch. The witch thought for a moment, then said, "I don't like to venture name. I relate him to anybody who can eat a whole front door." Big Horse looked at the house made from chips and said, "No problem. I could eat an entire house made from chips if you want them to." Eventually, Big Horse started to get bigger, just a little bit bigger at first. But after a few more forkfuls of chips, he grew to the size of a large snowball. And he was every bit as round. I don't feel too good," said Big Horse. Suddenly he started to roll. He grown so round that he could no longer balance. "Help! Help!" he cried, as he rolled off down and sloped into the forest. Big Horse never finished eating. The front door made from chips and wooden knight remained trapped in the witch's cage. "That's it," said the witch. "I win. I get to keep a wooden knight." "Not so fast," said James. "There is still one front door to go. The front door of the house is made from cucumbers, and I haven't had a tour yet." I don't have to give you a tour, laughed the witch. My game, my rules. The hoop-cuter's boy carried through the forest. I think you should give it a chance. It's only fair. Fine, said the witch. But you saw what happened to the horse. She won't last long. She came back to the clearing and started a small campfire. Carefully she broke off a piece of the door of the house, made from cucumbers, and toasted it over the fire. Once she had cooked and cooled just a little, she took a bit. She quickly devoured the whole piece. The witch stamped her foot angrily. You must have tricked me, she said. I don't reward cheating. I don't think so, said the voice. I was the woodcutter. He walked back into the clearing carrying his hat. This little girl won't fight in a square. Now, hand over a wooden knife or I will chop your broomstick in half. The witch looked at all rifle. She grabbed her broomstick and placed it behind her. Then, huffing, she opened the door of the cage. James hurried over and grabbed a wooden knife, checking that her favorite toy was all right. Fortunately, the wooden knife was unharmed. James thanked the woodcutter, grabbed a cute souvenir, and hurried on to meet Kenny. It was starting to get dark. When James got to Kenny's house, her friend of childhood threw his arm around her. I was so worried, cried Kenny. You are very late. As James described her day, she could tell that Kenny didn't believe her. So she grabbed a napkin from her pocket. What's that? Asked Kenny. James unwrapped a doorknob made from chips. Pudding, she said. Kenny almost fell off his chair. The end.